So, I went to a convention last month.
Something about ponies or whatever.
Well, I didn't just go to a convention, I volunteered at a convention. Out of state. For the first time. All in all, it was a pretty great weekend. The hotel was great, it was by a beach,
Not that we got to enjoy that part. It was freezing outside.
it had an indoor pool,
I got my fur wet.
billiards by the bar.
We suck at billiards. But the drinks were good.
Yes, the themed drinks were pretty great, I have to say. I didn't get to try all of them, but Rarity's Radiant Allure ended up being my favorite one of the ones that I did try.
A cocktail befitting a radiant one such as myself.
As I was saying, the weekend was pretty great. Working at a convention for the first time, especially one that was far enough away from home to need a crash space, was unexpectedly relaxing. Especially a convention as, I want to say, intimate as this one. Though I have to say, and I never realized this before, but there's a certain hierarchy when you're volunteering at a convention. There are, of course, the people in charge, the sponsors, or the people who also put money into the con, the staff, the volunteers who've been working with the con since the very beginning, and then there's my tier, the newbie volunteers at the bottom of the pyramid, looking a mixture of excited and just a tiny bit nervous.
You mean peons! Do my bidding, mere mortal!
I've heard some horror stories of volunteers at other conventions getting dumped on in terms of responsibilities and being given super tight rooms and just all around having more stress than fun. I was nervous at first, with it being my first time, thinking it might be the case with this con as well.
She's being liberal with the word nervous. She had an instantaneous meltdown when she realized she would be in a hotel off-site. Honestly, she makes me look reasonable sometimes.
Of course, I got over it after politely voicing my concerns to the guy in charge, who was actually super sweet and reasonable, given how ridiculous I was being. I got very lucky. He was very understanding of my not wanting to be in a sardine can for 4 days and was able to move me into an emptier room. But that certain hierarchy, it doesn't really come off here. I suppose you could tell the difference, seeing the higher ups wore suits and nice clothes and we wore super comfy con shirts.
You won't find me complaining.
But other than that, we all worked together. We all interacted with each other on the same level and nobody was above anyone else.
Apart from a certain someone in our department, you mean?
Oh, yeah. I was getting to that. You see, I worked at the registration table. The people at the very beginning where you pick your tickets up, and there were about 6 of us there. I made a new friend and fellow artist while working the VIP side of registration, while 2 of my friends worked the center and vendor side. One of the guys there, though, was just a tiny bit difficult to work with.
You mean a large pain in the ass.
He just wouldn't let anyone help or work.
Much less speak at all.
In the end, I had my friends, and fortunately for me, coffee was also in abundance here. The work was surprisingly similar to my real job at the movie theater, so once I settled into my role, it all felt very familiar. I was back in box office, exchanging money for tickets with my customer service voice, and I wasn't even mad about it.
Speak for yourself. Working on our day off. Ridiculous. Cute guys aside, I like sleep, and we didn't get much of that. I'm going to age prematurely because of you.
Oh, shush. We had one little disagreement with room temperature. It wasn't worth losing sleep over.
It was a sauna.
It was mildly warm-ish.
For some ungodly reason.
I have to say that one of my favorite parts of the whole weekend was probably getting to hug and have drinks with Uncle Yo.
Senpai!
I think convention life suits me, in all honesty. I love the vibe behind the scenes. Inside the walls of the hotel that hosted us, I almost forgot the craziness happening outside. It was a vacation in some ways. I got to go swimming, met new people, met a ton of cool artists, and got to reconnect with some old Facebook friends and musicians, which was great. I got a new crush,
Baywatch alert!
and even had some fun in the arcade, which was so well put together. It was pretty much just 4 days of fun, friendship, and magic. Unfortunately, I feel that only intimate cons even have this kind of environment anymore. All the other ones I've been to in recent years have been overcrowded and they don't really make up for the ticket price. But this con was just right. I'm hoping that I can do it again next year with everything I've learned this year, or maybe I can even be a vendor, depending on how well this YouTube thing goes.
More work?
Anyway, that's all for now. Until the next video, see you then! Thanks for watching! If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't hesitate to share what you find entertaining, deep, thrilling, or just share-worthy. Until the next video, see you then!